Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, where we are almost done with this inclination burn. Just a couple more burns to go here. So that will be nice to have that in the bag. I'm going to go ahead and stop our rotation here, and going to physics warp right on back. We only have 17 meters per second to go, so that is great. And let's go ahead and keep burning. We seem to be burning off about 6 meters per second or so per burn, so only a couple more to go. Well, technically, basically 2. We have 2 to go at this point. Now that this one has finished, right about now, I'm going to call that done. Okay, let's reorient again. And we will begin our burn once more as soon as we have corrected our attitude, which is right about now. Now, full disclosure, I did go into the cheat menu and I turned on unbreakable joints and no crash damage because I'm getting tired of these things shaking themselves to pieces for no reason, uncontrollably. So, just so everyone's clear, I did do that. One more burn. Okay. Let's go ahead and stop that rotation, and let's orient. And we'll be at basically a 15-degree inclination, which I believe is pretty much the target. 5 more meters per second. Let's do this. 3. Make that 2 more meters per second. 1 more meter per second. And there's our inclination burn. Excellent. 15-degree inclination. So we now match the inclination of Bop. And we come pretty close over here. That's interesting. Now, I do want to just run a Hohmann transfer via MechJeb and see what... Oh, boy. Well, I'm going to guess it chose the transfer window correctly, but gave very much the wrong delta V. I think we need a phasing orbit or two. Let's try it without a phasing orbit, actually. I just want to see where we're at. Okay. Can we get ourselves... Ooh, look at that. That's very close to an encounter. But it's not quite one. What if we move it up this way? Hey! 115.1 meters per second. That is not ideal, to be sure. I don't care about what orbit. The contract was just an orbit. And we're still adhering to the terms of the contract. So, I mean, realistically, can we make this a little bit cheaper, is the question. And the maneuver node is actually right there. That's convenient. Let's see here. Can we make this cheaper? I mean, I think we can. That's not bad. That's basically nothing right there. And then can we get a little bit closer? Yes, but that will cost more delta V. That's fine, though. I think 150k is a decent orbital altitude. So let's go ahead and put it right there. Yeah, right like that. That's a decent Hohmann transfer there. We can also attempt to lower it a bit. Maybe a bit more. Make it a bit more equatorial, flatten this orbit. Ever so slightly. And then we'll need to just pull this back out. Oh, whoa. Doing too much change. There we go. That's... Oh, nope, too much. There we go. I like it. 115. Head to the node. Now, I'm going to go ahead and autosave here, and we are going to go ahead and physics warp this turn. Like I said, I did turn on part and hinge in vulnerability for the purposes of being able to do this just a little bit more quickly. These things shouldn't theoretically shake themselves to pieces in reality, so I'm not concerned about having that cheat on. Just wanted to be completely clear that that was what was happening. So let's go ahead and get into position here and kill that velocity. And let's see just how much we can get done. Once we get this home and transfer done, doing the braking around pull, or rather around bop, should be quite easy. So this home and transfer should be the hard part, theoretically. Okay, so it looks like we are doing basically the same thing. So once again, I'm only going to take this out to about 15 minutes, and then I will do the rest of this myself. That said, this is a much shorter burn than the previous burn, so this may be doable within the next 9 minutes. We'll see. We'll see how much time is actually spent burning and how much time is spent reorienting. That's going to be the question. Okay. We're almost out here. I'm going to go ahead and reorient now. There we go. And actually, I'm going to... Oh, nope, it ain't it's not letting me throttle up while physics warped. But I'm going to try it. No, I do not like that. I do not like that at all. Okay. Let's reposition a bit. Oh my. We just teleported on the surface of the asteroid. And this is getting ugly. Please stop. Okay, can we reorient the asteroid? Please? Come on. There we go. Sheesh. So ridiculous. Okay, let's freeze that rotation, because that was a little insane. And let's see about holding this. I don't know how well we'll hold this, if at all, but let's just keep pushing. We can get this home and transfer done in a relatively efficient fashion. Theoretically. However, I'm going to go ahead and kill that. And then we will reorient. As long as we don't need to reorient too much, it's not too bad. Okay, let's go back to burning. Excellent. 6 more minutes on this burn. So, theoretically, we may be able to make it. Only 90 meters per second to go. And then once we get into bop orbit, our thrust to weight will be much, much, much better. And theoretically, we should have an easier time. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut engines now. Kill our rotation. And fix our attitude. Fantastic. And let's go again. 5 minutes and 40 seconds more to burn. Let's do this. I think our inclination is plenty good enough. I don't know that it'll be exactly flat, but it's pretty close. I don't think it's exactly flat, especially if that one's flat. But it's not. That's a pretty inclined orbit. Okay, I should go ahead and cut this engine right about now. Nope. Now. There we go. Helps if I hit the right button. And we'll go ahead and bring this guy right back into attitude. There we go. And let's burn. 5 more minutes of burn. Let's go. We're getting good long burns, too. I like to see that. I like to see that a lot. Very nice long burns. 4 minutes and 50 seconds left. We're still within the node. So we're still what I consider to be close enough. 4 minutes and 40. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and reorient. Yeah, this is going fine. No real concerns at all here. And let's start that burn. Should hopefully be able to get at least 30 seconds out of that burn. We've got 4.5 minutes to go. I would love to be physics warping these burns, but the physics is so messed up on this asteroid. It is so weird. Okay, we've got 20 seconds out of that burn, but I don't think we're going to get much more than that. 25. Okay. So we got 25 seconds, and let's just go ahead and physics warp back as we reorient again. And there we go. And continue the burn. Hopefully we'll be able to bring this one down to 35 seconds. So 3.5 minutes remaining on the burn is the goal. So I think this is going reasonably quickly to the point where I feel like if I cut it 15 minutes, it'll be right before the end of the burn. And yeah, I think we'll probably just do this whole burn, and then we'll set up the break for the next episode, and we'll see how that goes. Gonna need to cut our engines right now. Fantastic. Stop that rotation, and reorient. There we go. And continue the burn. We did make it to 3.5 minutes as well. Hopefully this time we'll make it to 3. That would be nice. 3 minutes and 15 seconds. We're 50 meters per second left in this burn. We are well over half, which is great. We are starting to drift now, but we're going to make it past 3 minutes left in the burn. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Good solid burns. Okay. Oh, I did not stop our rotation. There we go. Arrest that momentum, and back we go. After the autosave. Come on. Excellent. And we are back. Also, it bears noting that we did get milestones for starting construction on the first station around Jool and performing a docking maneuver around Jool. Now, we technically didn't. We jettisoned something and then flew back into it, but I guess it counts. Okay, so we've got 2.5 minutes left in this burn, 40 meters per second to go. So that's not too shabby. I like to see that a lot. We're going to make it to, I think, 36. We're going more up and down than we are laterally. 35, but we're out of the node. I should go ahead and readjust. Also, our messages are still open. There we go. Fantastic. And fire up the engines once more. 35 meters per second to go. Fantastic. 2 more minutes in this burn. So we should hopefully get this down to about 1:45, or if we're really lucky, 1:30. We started it a little far over, which is fine. That's actually quite good. So I think we're going to make it to 1:45. Yeah, we made it past 1:45. 1:40. I'm going to cut there, and let's go ahead and reorient. And back we go. Excellent. And fire up those engines again. 25 meters per second to go. Like I said, we're getting nice long burns here. Much better than we were getting previously. So that's fantastic. We've got plenty of Delta V for these maneuvers. I'm not in the slightest concerned. So we will be getting there certainly in the next episode, which, as it turns out, will end up being, as I cut engines again to prepare for yet another reorient, the next episode will end up being the final episode of this playthrough of Kerbal Space Program. Note the emphasis there. This is not going to be the last playthrough of Kerbal Space Program on this channel, almost certainly. But I'll come up with different rules for the next one, and different mods and things like that. I'm not sure exactly when that'll be starting, but it will not be for a little while. I like to take a bit of a break between games. I haven't yet decided what will follow up Kerbal Space Program. That will be something that I'll determine, well, by the time the video tomorrow goes live, assuming you're watching this on the day it goes live, which you probably aren't. By the time that video goes live, I will have decided, but as of right now, I don't yet know what will follow up Kerbal Space Program. We'll see. I have a lot of things that I'm considering doing, as I've mentioned before, but as of right now, we're in a we'll see what follows it up sort of position. Only 11 meters per second to go in this burn though, so our home end transfer is nearly complete. 9 meters per second. Make that 8. Now we're starting to drift a little bit, but only 7 meters per second to go. 6. 5. 4, 3, 2, okay, the node's drifting a lot. I'm going to go ahead and reposition ourselves for the last 2 meters per second. And once we have those, then we're going to be pretty much golden. Okay. There we go. And let's get those last 2 meters per second. Half a meter per second. Okay. Close enough. Where are we at? We don't have an encounter. Lovely. Gotta love it. Are we getting closer or further? We're getting further. Okay, so we need to go over towards prograde. Come on. Wiggle your way over there. You can do it. Oh boy, this is taking so long. This is at 4x time acceleration, just a reminder. This is so slow. Okay, we are almost in position now. Almost there. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take it off of 4x time acceleration. And as we approach a little bit closer, I'm prepared to kill our momentum. Our rotational momentum, our torque, if you will. So let's just hop on over into the prograde marker. And we are there as of right. Little further. Little further. I'm going to call that good enough. Okay. Let's keep an eye on that. Target position at closest approach. Okay. And let's just do a very, very minor burn here. It's not going to take much in terms of DV to get into this sphere of influence. That's the word I'm looking for. Sphere of influence. Okay. 2,500 kilometers. 2,000. Okay, we've got our encounter back. Now I'm just going to continue to burn this until we are at that 150 kilometer mark, thereabouts. And it looks like our inclination got a little messed up too. But that's okay, we can always fix that later. Okay, 300, 200. Okay, close enough. 144. I'm going to go ahead and physics warp, or not physics warp, time warp to right here. And while that's happening, I'm going to add a retrograde maneuver here. And we're just going to try to circularize this a bit. I mean, maybe not that much. Maybe right around... nope, that was too much. Come on back. This isn't that much DV, so right around here-ish, that'll be fine. And I think I'm not going to bother with the inclination change. I mean, maybe I will. Yeah, I probably should bother with that inclination change, shouldn't I? Okay, well, let's go ahead and... what's our thrust weight here? Yeah, our thrust weight is much, much, much higher. That's excellent. We need to point at the node, so I'm going to go ahead and get that rotation started. Come on. That's always exciting. And then the question is, just how much DV will it take to make our inclination equatorial? Because our current inclination is 150 degrees. Oh my. Nah, I think we'll just circularize it. Call it a day. We're not coming back here. Sorry, Jeb. You're a permanent resident now. Okay, let's go ahead and warp to right about here-ish. No, right about here-ish. There. It'll be 144 meters per second. Our thrust to weight is like 15 times higher. So that definitely has an effect on the landscape. We'll transmit our crew data back. Sure, why not? Okay. This is still a rather slow braking maneuver. I was expecting it to be a little faster than this with the thrust to weight changes, I'll be honest. Okay, well that's still going to be a pretty lengthy procedure. So I'm going to go ahead and continue doing this, and I'm also going to put a cut in here, and next episode, I think we'll finish this. Yeah, I'm not going to cut most of this. So let's go ahead and put that cut in, and next episode, we'll finish this braking burn and also finish Kerbal Space Program. See you all then.